Hi, everybody, and welcome back to another Litter Media Live, Friday, November the 22nd of 2024. This is the next to the last Friday in the month of November. Where did the month go?
I don't know.
Now, next Friday, of course, is the day after Thanksgiving.
Yes, it is Black Friday.
Yeah, we will not have a program on Thanksgiving Day, but we'll be back here on Friday, the 29th.
And Mike will be bruised because of the fights you get in on Black Friday.
I have always tried to steer clear of those shopping experiences.
Well, I don't even think it's like that anymore. I think most people do all their stuff online.
I think you're right. A lot of people. But I think I read somewhere where a lot of people were going back to the stores because they felt like they were, I don't know if it was like a social event or what, that they were missing out on something. Oh, well, weather.
There's a ladybug on our audio mixer.
Yeah, she won't hurt anything. Windy and a chance of rain on this Friday, highs of 43. Actually, we started out in the 30s this morning. There were a couple of counties that were on level 1 snow emergencies. That was Pickaway and Jackson. Those have since been lifted. If you were following our Litter Media X or Facebook, you would have seen the initial announcement go out, but then the fact that they have since been lifted. Now, the temperature that we're going to get to, as we said, 43, and then it's going to stay there. It's actually going to be about that temperature in the overnight hours, and then for Saturday, we'll be warming up into the upper 40s, low 50s on Sunday. Now, here's an outlook for next week as you prepare for Thanksgiving. Rain possible each day, Monday through Thanksgiving Day, with highs of 50s Monday and Tuesday, and in the low to mid 40s on Wednesday and Thursday.
So it's a chilly one.
For Thanksgiving Day, and a chance of rain. I think it looks like it might dry out for Friday through the weekend. So that's what things look like weather-wise for next week. When we come back, we'll give you a rundown of all of the beneficial news that you can use, as well as some local sports. High school girls basketball starts tonight, believe it or not. For real, the regular season games. All of that coming up on Litter Media Live. Don't forget Sayetta Valley Dumpsters, the folks you want to call if you need a big container to get rid of that junk that's been piling up in your garage or your shed out on the farm. Give Carl a call, 253-8389 for a free estimate. Sayetta Valley Dumpsters.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
I keep getting messed up with that line that goes right down in the middle of the stream. Nobody can see it but Aaron and I, and it's like, is that a tower?
I took it away for you.
Is that a tower in the back, or
I'm surprised you can see that line there.
Oh yeah.
Because of your colorblind.
Well, I say that, and I don't mean to intentionally be misleading. It's only certain colors that I have trouble with. Dark.
Oh yeah, it's
dark blue looks like black to me, unless it's under an intense light where I can see.
Right.
So, and some reds, I get a little mixed up. Not to mention, I'll go through all the spectrum. Yeah, here's the news that you can use for today. Spectacular displays, dazzling drive-through shows, movie-worthy main streets, and one-of-a-kind traditions are all featured on Tourism Ohio's 2024 Ohio Holiday Lights Trail. 73 stops this year's trail brings together, and among them, right here in Chillicothe with the Shine on Chillicothe. That's, of course, featured down in Yoctangi Park, as well as at the head of Yoctangi Park. You can see on the far right side there the Christmas tree that gets lit up later tonight, and you'll be down there for that.
I will be down there. I'll be. I think Santa's coming in, and they're lighting up the tree. I'm going to try to get some video footage of the event, and I think Dan's going to put together that video once I'm all through.
So we'll hopefully have some video of that event tonight when we come back for this program on Monday morning. I'll be with Dan on Monday morning of that week.
The Western High School Art Club players present the stage play of Clue at the Western High School Cafetorium, opening tomorrow with a 2 p.m. matinee, followed by 2 p.m. and 6 p.m. on Sunday. Tickets are available for this at the door.
Did you ever do Clue when you were in theater?
No, is that based on the movie, which is based on the board game?
I think that's correct.
Okay.
Yes, but
I did see the movie.
Yeah, I did not see the movie. I remember when it came out, but I guess that's the stage version of all of that.
What is a cafetorium?
Well, some schools have an auditoria or an auditorium.
Right.
But when they try to economize in some of the more modern day constructions in their cafeteria, they also have a stage. And then when they have plays, Southeastern has a setup like that.
Adena does too.
Yes, only theirs is like they have tiered seating, where
Right.
a lot of others it's just the flat area. But those are called cafetoriums as opposed to just a cafeteria or an auditorium.
Okay.
So now you learn
something new every day.
That's right.
Beneficial news that I can
Absolutely.
use.
Absolutely. As part of Ohio Department of Transportation District 9's Planning Department, the district's environmental office is seeking public input for a bridge replacement project on State Route 327 and a bridge rehabilitation on State Route 32 in Jackson County. It is proposed, now this is where it can get a little confusing, so bear with me. It is proposed to replace the bridge on State Route 327 at the 13.5-mile mark in Jackson County. The project is located in rural areas of Washington Township. Also, it's proposed for a bridge rehabilitation over State Route 327, but actually on State Route 32 in Jackson County, where it runs over the route,
right.
but the bridge is actually on 32. You can get the whole lowdown on all of that, and opportunity for you to comment as a public comment period on both of these bridge projects for Jackson County on our website, story at littermedia.com.
Ohio's week-long deer gun hunting season begins on Monday, December 2nd, according to the Ohio Department of Natural Resources Division of Wildlife. The gun season traditionally begins the Monday after Thanksgiving and is open to all hunters and runs until Sunday, December 8th. An additional deer gun weekend follows on December 21st and 22nd.
You ever go deer hunting?
I went one time with my uncle. Didn't get anything.
I have never been deer hunting, ever. When Dad was older, his knees were bad. He took Mark out hunting, squirrel hunting, I think, one time. But I never got that opportunity.
I think I was probably 11 years old, so I was kind of bored the whole time, just sitting up there looking at nothing. When we were climbing down the tree stand, a buck walked into the little clearing, but we were done at that point.
You'd already shut the show off, right?
Yeah.
Oh, how about that? Something is happening here today. Lieutenant Governor John Husted will be in Chillicothe. He'll be visiting Elizabeth's Hope Women's Center, and I'll be down there to talk to the Lieutenant Governor and hopefully get some video that we can share with you on our website story today and possibly share with you on Monday's 11 o'clock show.
And Adena Mansion and Gardens hosts Storytime with St. Nicholas on December 14th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The first 50 children admitted will receive a free copy of the book, The Christmas Owl.
Now, I'm not familiar with that book. Are you?
I'm also not familiar.
Okay. So that's something that's coming up at Adena Mansion and Gardens on December 14th with Santa. However, there is an opportunity. I think kids can get in at a either free or a discount rate on the 14th and the 15th just to get into the mansion. So if you go back to our social media site, you'll see that poster and get all of the information.
Do you reckon the Christmas owl is a snowy owl?
Well, it would fit.
Yeah.
It would certainly fit the theme if that's the case. Have you ever seen a snow owl?
Not in person.
I don't think it has anything to do with the climate. I think it's just the way they look. because they're all white.
Right.
Yeah.
But is that not a camouflage?
I would imagine, but I've never seen one in
Right.
person. I've just seen pictures of them. So
I like barn owls, the ones that kind of look like toasted marshmallows.
yeah, and those guys are really helpful. They get after the critters that like to run around in the barn or your sheds and things like that. So that is our topics for the day. When we come back, we'll take a look at sports, local, state, and national sports, all ahead here on Litter Media Live. Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor, now 45 years strong, not only serving the Scioto Valley, but they go beyond that, all along the I-70 corridor down into southwestern Ohio, down to the Ohio River. If you have, whether residential or maybe you're a business that needs maybe a new furnace system, an HVAC system put in, give Accurate Heating, Cooling, Plumbing a call.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adena Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adena, we do what we love, so you can too.
All right, Mike Smith and Aaron Glandon back with you on today's Litter Media Live. We jump into sports. And since Thursday's usually our preview for broadcast dates, we're kind of in between seasons on radio, Litter Media radio broadcast, so we didn't have a program yesterday, but we still want to acknowledge our weekly Athlete of the Week. So the Neil Coleman Wyandotte Mutual Athlete of the Week, brought to you by Homeland Credit Union, is Wright State Raiders basketball player Brandon Noel, who also happens to be a Chillicothe High School graduate. Last night, in their 80-62 win over Princeton, Brandon had 27 points, and that puts him at 1,015 career points as he becomes the 38th member of the Wright State men's basketball program to hit the 1,000-point club. Great kid. Well, he's a man now, but great guy. Great career he's had at Wright State, and congratulations, Brandon, for being our Athlete of the Week. The Eastern Eagles, for the first time in school history, are in the football regional championship game tonight. That'll be at Logan High School. They take on Danville, who was number 1 in Division 7, Region 27. Eastern was number 2 in the computer rankings at the end of the season. Well, they face off for the championship and for a trip to the state Final Four. Our Dan Ramey will have Litter Media X updates on that game throughout the night. So follow Litter Media X with Dan Ramey for the happenings on that big Eastern Championship. I think they have a pep rally at the school today. I think it's at about noon. So if you're watching this and you're down in the Beaver area, you might stop in and root the Eagles on at that pep rally. Girls high school basketball also tips off around the state of Ohio tonight with regular season games. In our area, as you see, there are several games on tap, including Waverly at Benton County, Oak Hill at Zane Trace. Washington is at Westfall, Miami Trace.
At Unioda.
The camera's blocking me here. McLean at Paint Valley. Hillsboro
at Western Brown.
And Gallia is at?
River Valley.
Okay, so girls high school basketball. You can follow all of these score finals later tonight, along with the football, on our score page at littermedia.com.
Browns upset the Steelers last night in a Winter Wonderland game in Cleveland. After blowing an 18-6 lead in the fourth quarter, Cleveland rallied to score the winning touchdown with less than 1 minute remaining and held off a last-second Hail Mary pass to the end zone to preserve the victory.
I don't get Amazon Prime, so I couldn't watch the game. And Dan Ramey I think he was texting me every play for the last, 7 minutes of the game because he knew I couldn't see it. So I was getting play-by-play texts from Dan. I suppose he could have put it on Twitter for me. I'd have seen it there, too. Yeah. And so everybody else could have seen it, too. But thanks, Dan, for those updates.
I wasn't watching the game, but I saw some of George Pickens' comments after where he said the snow is what lost them the game, like the Browns weren't playing in the same snow.
Exactly. But I think Dan said that Myles Garrett of Cleveland, in his post-game press opportunity, he said this is AFC North football.
Yeah.
I don't think he said anything about their future dome stadium proposal, but he said this is what you do as a kid. You go out and play in the snow, and that's what the big kids were doing last night.
In other pro sports, the Columbus Blue Jackets won a seesaw 7-6 overtime decision against Tampa Bay last night.
Yeah, this game kept going back and forth. The Jackets would get ahead, they'd get ahead, and it ended up going to overtime with CBJ coming out a winner.
You wouldn't think a hockey team from Tampa Bay would be any good because that's not a hockey.
I think they've
climate.
been the Cup champs once, maybe twice. I'm not real sure how many times, but or Las Vegas.
Yeah,
they won the Stanley Cup,
true.
And that's a warm weather climate.
It just goes to show you can do anything you put your mind to.
And if you have the players to buy.
Right. OSU versus Indiana will be tomorrow at noon in a top 5 battle. This is at the Horseshoe in Columbus.
Yeah, and Ohio State this week, we told you, I think actually it was Wednesday maybe, that they lost their All-American center, Seth McLaughlin, for the season with an Achilles. I guess that was a no-contact injury that he had in practice.
Oh, wow.
So I don't know whether he stepped the wrong way, but that Achilles popped and he's out. But that's the third offensive lineman that Ohio State has lost this year.
So
out of 5 players, you lost 3.
Indiana's going to be sending some blitzes.
Let's see how deep this Buckeye team is when they get together.
And the Bengals have a bye week this week.
Yeah. So that's and, of course, the Bobcats, they played Wednesday night, so they won't be playing this week either. So that's a sports wrap-up. Again, keep checking out our Litter Media X and scoreboard at littermedia.com later tonight. When we come back, we're taking you back to the year 1900 and automobiles. All that's coming up on Litter Media Live.
First, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. 92 years of serving users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people.
As a professional race car driver, I live for speed, power, and performance on and off the track. That's why I use the Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower. Race into your local dealership today and test drive a new Dixie Chopper.
For transportation options in Ross County, call Ross County Health District's Mobility Management Team, 740-779-9652.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Are you looking for a beer that satisfies your thirst and love of country? Armed Forces Brewing Company brews beer for patriots. Celebrate freedom with every sip. Armed Forces Brewing Company. Freedom never tasted so good.
Haynes Total Healthcare Center is celebrating 50 years of serving the chiropractic, physical therapy, and nutritional needs of the community. Click on this ad anywhere you see it on littermedia.com, and it will take you right to their website to learn more. HaynesHealth.com.
This date in history, we go back to 1900. Now, everybody has heard of Mercedes.
Yes.
Well, on this date, the first car to be produced under the Mercedes, that just doesn't look like a Mercedes to me, under the Mercedes name is taken for its inaugural drive in Cannstatt, Germany. The car was specially built by its buyer, Emil Jelinek, an entrepreneur with a passion for fast, flashy cars, if you think that's flashy in 1900. Jelinek had commissioned the Mercedes car from the German company Daimler Motoren Gesellschaft. Gesundheit. It was lighter and sleeker than any car the company had made before.
Real sleek.
Yeah, real sleek. And Jelinek was confident that it would win races so handily that he just got buyers to snap it up.
So this one would go 12 miles an hour instead of 10.
Instead of 10. But that's what a sleek Mercedes-Benz looked like back in 1900.
I like that it says he had a passion for fast cars. A person sprinting next to it would probably be faster.
Yeah. Well, it was certainly aerodynamic in that the air went through it.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I just...
It looks more like a bicycle.
It does.
Than a car.
It does, especially the tire. Is that a tri? A tri?
No, it's got 4.
I'm blocked off from our camera, so I can't see. But
looks like it needs a horse in front of it to pull it.
Yeah. And what was that? Of course, they referred to it as the horseless carriage,
right.
A car at that time.
Where's the engine?
You got me on that one. I don't see an engine anywhere. Yeah, but this is it. It's in a museum in Daimler Chrysler's museum. But that is what the Mercedes looked like.
I'm going to look up how fast it went.
Yeah. Of course, a lot of people thought this was a fad. You know, late 1800s when automobiles came along. That'll never last. And I think it did, because I don't see as many horses running around on the highway as I used to.
Right.
Now, if you go down into the Amish country, that is so neat to do that. We oftentimes go down around Cynthiana on Labor Day and visit our Mennonite and Amish friends down there. And it's just like when you come up over this rise on the Route 41, it's like you step from the 21st century to the 19th century, because that's what you see out there. They're out in the fields with their horse-drawn wagons and their horse-drawn machinery, and it's really fascinating thing to see.
Yeah. These cars are faster than I thought they were. The Model T in 1908 topped out at 35 miles per hour.
Wow.
But by 1910, there were cars that could go 50 to 70 miles per hour.
Oh, my. So that was
So I was
fast.
wrong. Maybe it was fast.
That was fast. Can you imagine being in an open-air vehicle like that going?
Well, I think they wore goggles, didn't
they? Did.
Yeah.
They did. But would you want to ride in that when it's 0 degrees?
Oh, no. But, I mean,
Yeah.
you have convertibles nowadays that people drive in.
But not usually when it's 0.
No.
Yeah. So, anyway, 1900, the Mercedes sports car. That's going to wrap it up for us today. You'll be out on Monday. I'll be in for you with Dan on Monday at 11 o'clock at this time. I don't think we have, no, I'm pretty sure we don't have anything in the morning on the special edition, but we do on Tuesday of next week. Just kind of looking ahead at what to count on. The YMCA, Ross YMCA, they'll be in here on Tuesday morning at 10. I think Dan has Marshall Wagner with the tour of homes at noon on Tuesday. There's a group coming in, I think, at 10 on Wednesday. And, of course, we're out on Thursday for Thanksgiving. And then we have Reverend Dr. Jason Link of Chillicothe First Presbyterian a week from this morning at 10 o'clock to talk about something that they've got going on during the holiday season. So it'll be a busy week for special edition next week. Have a great weekend.
You too.
And for all of you, hang in there. Keep checking out the Litter Media Facebook, our website, and also our X page. Until Monday, when Dan rejoins us, for Dan Ramey and Aaron Glandon, this is Mike Smith saying so long from all of us at Litter Media Live.